Hey, how you doing, folks? This is Jacob Bukowski with Good Friend Innovations, and today we're going to make a flexible hose here wrapped around a figure, kind of not really figure eight shape, but in kind of a squeeze shape here. So it's not really a circular coiled wire tube, but in fact, let's go ahead and just create that shape. I'm going to go ahead and go in the top plane and create a center point circle here, or center point slot, using overall dimensions. And I'm going to destroy this anyway, so some of this is going to get destroyed. So I'm just going to go ahead and create, it's going to be symmetric about the center and the other center here. And I'm going to go ahead and create a 3-point arc, just like this, something like that. And then we'll go ahead and take a center line from here to this midpoint, and we'll make that midpoint, or that center line, vertical as well. And then we'll dimension that vertical line. We'll go ahead and select other, and I'll grab that line, and we'll use, say, 0.375. That seems pretty cool. And then I'll take this point to this point, and we'll give that a distance of, I don't know, say 3/4 of an inch. And then we're going to just use the trim tool to start trimming away this to about a quarter model here. So first thing I want to do actually is just extend this out. That's okay. I'm okay with destroying the slot entity here. As long as this extends past, that's fine with me. And I'm just going to go ahead and destroy all of this stuff right inside here and destroy that. So now I have this quarter model. In fact, I missed a little area in here. Go ahead and grab that. It's a handy tool. Now, next we'll go ahead and use our sketch fillet here. I just drag a box around this fillet. 1 inch is fine with me. And I'll say OK. And now I'm going to go ahead and just add some extra relations that got lost here. I need to make sure that this is tangent. And you know what? I'm going to create a center line that's vertical from here. And then left click, select those two guys right here. In fact, I think I grabbed too many. So I'll grab these two and make them tangent. Looks good. I'll give this a size from here to this horizontal. In fact, let's actually make that virtual. So I'm going to go ahead and delete that. Let's make sure that this is horizontal. Great. And then we'll go ahead, click the center line first, then this horizontal line. If we move across the street, we can get that to a virtual diameter. All right, and that looks pretty good. Might as well virtual diameter this side too. See if we can do it to this. Hold shift here. I can get the outer size, and there's an outer diameter here. We can do 8. And now we want to just locate this here at the center. So let's actually do that first. Notice destroying that slot entity. I think move that over. If not, we'll just continue the rest of this. Make this 4. We'll go ahead and mirror all of these things about this, and we'll also go ahead and mirror all of this about this center line, and we'll trim out this little line in there. That looks great. So now I really have the shape dialed in, but I'm just going to hold my shift key and click my 2 sides here, and I'll make that 8 millimeters. See, yeah, that's fine. That's fine. We just have a lot of relationships in here, and we want this height in here, and that will fully define it. What do we say, 0.375? Yeah, that looks pretty good. Okay, and maybe I'll give that a 3rd sig fig so we can see that. And now I'm going to go to surfaces, extruded surface, and just pull this up. Let's go 2.5 inches. And now I want some extra points on here, so I'm going to take the front plane and I'm going to create a split line, but just project the front plane on these 2 faces, just like that. So now I've split this just over here. And I may actually do this with the right plane too. Why not? We'll go ahead and do a split line on these two faces. Now these are going to become extra points when I do an intersection curve. So now I'm going to go about here and I'm going to take my top plane and just control select and drag, and we'll make this about 1/4 inch and use this button to make extra layers. Actually, just do 1/2 inch, and let's just do 5 layers. In fact, really only going through the middle there, so yeah, 5 is fine. Should line up with the top there. Now I'm just going to do 4. The green check. And now that I have those planes, I'm going to go ahead and select feature or sketch, the drop down here, intersection curve. I'm just going to select all of these planes, and then I'm just going to right mouse click on here on any one of these faces and select tangency, and it grabs the whole thing, selecting tangency because we added tangency in the sketch for that. And now that that's done, I'm going to go ahead and rebuild. Now I have 3D sketches that go around the sides of this part. I'm actually going to go ahead and start hiding things. So I'm going to hide those guys. I'm going to go ahead and hide this surface there because that was just used as a reference to create this shape and these points. So I'm actually going to use these points here. Go to curves, curve through reference points. Go ahead and just start over here and start connecting these points. Remember, those points came about from the split lines. Some of them did. And here's the tedious part. So we just go in, start selecting each point, and as I move up a level, I'm just going to click at each section. Just selecting these vertices. I haven't really found a shortcut for this, but this is still a very quick way to create this kind of curvature. Oop. Click it again, it'll unclick it or unselect. All right, and I'm going to hit the green check, leave that as an open curve. I'm going to go ahead and hide this 3D sketch so that the curve is what's left here. And let's go ahead at this point. I'm just going to make a 3D sketch and convert this curve into a 3D sketch and rebuild. Or actually, maybe I can go in this 3D sketch and add to it. Let's go ahead and go to the spline here. And I want to be in the ZX plane, so I'm going to hit the tab key. I'll click here and I'll hit the tab key to tab into the ZX. And I'm just going to create a connection, just kind of something off in space here. And I'm going to make these tangent. And of course I can play with my display control polygons and change the shape of this if I want. The polygon allows me to maintain its shape but make minor changes here. And I'll hit the green check. So, oh yeah, no, that looks good. I'm just coming through there. So now I'm going to create what's called a composite curve because I need to take these two segments and put them into one curvature so that I can create my final geometry from this. So I'm going to go into curves, composite curve. Just select this whole, actually, oh, it is just one 3D sketch. It should be okay. So let's go to swept boss base, circular profile. I'm going to choose this. Yep, that works. And we're going to go ahead and make this 1/4 inch. Click thin feature so I can give it some thickness about. And we'll give this 0.15 wall thickness. That may be too thick. Let's go with thousandths in here. The preview looks pretty good. If you're wondering how I got that curvature display, I have zebra stripes on. Now I can take that off if I want to look at something else, or I want to look at the mesh preview. I like zebra stripes just so that I can see the continuity, especially through blends. But this continuity looks pretty good. So I hit the green check. We'll go ahead and hide this original curve. And there I've got a coiled wire in this fun little shape, just like that. My name is Jacob Bukowski with Good Friend Innovations. Thank you, and this is the tech tip of the week. Thanks, and have a great day.